Deltawomen, stand up, make we put our hands together to make the testing better. Now him be our dream.
It's a very good morning to you and your family out there, and I hope your weekend ended well. This is Deltawomen Drumbeat, a program designed for everyone. Today's program is going to be exceptional. We are going to look at the father's role. The topic is teenage pregnancy. I can remember a saying that says, in life you will be remembered for two things. One, the problems you created, and two, the problems you solved. My name is Joy Asai, and to discuss this topic with me is Mr. Gift Thompson. Sir, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you, Joy Osai.
Okay, before we talk more on the program, let's listen to what the teenagers have to say. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
This is Deltawomen's Drumbeat, and we're here to ask you some questions. As a teenager, when your father finds out that you're pregnant, how did he react to it?
It was hell. Well, he was angry. He was so bitter with me because he wasn't expecting me to get pregnant at the age of 19. There was no one for me to talk to in my house when I was young, when I was growing up. I don't have anyone to talk to because I didn't grow up with my mom. I grew up with my stepmom. So there's nobody there to talk to. My father is always going to work. So the little love I found outside, I felt is the love I'm looking for. So that was why I felt for whoever got me pregnant, you know. So after then, things have not been easy. My father asked me to leave the house, and I don't have anywhere to go to. I have to go out of the house and live with my friends.
So you already have friends at the age of 19 who can take care of you and the baby. What about the boy that got you pregnant?
You know, boys, when things like this comes up, they'll deny because responsibility is on them. They don't want to bear any responsibility. So that is why he ran away.
So at the age of 19, your father asked you to leave the house just because you're pregnant for a boy.
Yes,
he didn't even care about what else happened after then.
Yes.
So after your experience, after you had a baby, what did you not do?
After 3 years, when my baby was about four years, then I took WAEC, I took JAM, so that I can go to school. So at the end of the day, I found out that it won't be easy for me to be taking care of myself, taking care of him, paying school fees. So I have to step down for him, so I've started taking care of him.
So,
but I'm doing a business, I have a business I'm doing right now.
Okay, so now you're training your boy single-handedly.
Yes.
All right. Hello, good day.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
Good. I believe you stay with your parents.
Yes.
Good. When you have problems with your mother, who do you run to for help?
I went to my cousin, my male cousin, for help.
Your male cousin for help. Why do you run to your father is alive, your mother is alive. Why do you choose to run to your cousin? And how old is this your cousin?
We are age mates.
Okay.
We are age mates, and I went to him because I'm very comfortable to discuss any issues with him. And as well, he discussed anything with his parents, and they gave him feedback or what he wants, the answer to each questions he answered them. So I feel I'm very comfortable, and whatever question I have that is bothering me, I can discuss it with him and he can give me back the answer, because my parents, they don't have the time for all that.
But his parents have time to talk to him.
Yeah.
So he seek advice from his own parents and pass it to you too.
Yes.
All right. Wow, it's a sad one, but that is why Deltawomen Drumbeat is here to treat the issue. I still have Mr. Gift Thompson here with me. Sir, you know, the society is a reflection of different homes, and today we are looking at the father's role. Now, can you tell us who a father is?
A father is the head of a family. He has the traditional role of being a protector, a provider, a guide, and a teacher who empowers his children by strengthening their judgment and will so that they can grow into responsible and competent adulthood. A great father is always there for his family and never stops being a father, for he lives on as a great man in the hearts of his children.
Wow, he lives on as a great man in the hearts of his children.
Yes.
Now, relating it to our topic, do you think being strict on the teenagers or the youth will help reduce teenage pregnancy?
Every father should be an enforcer. The wife sets most of the moral tone for the household, but the father enforces it because he's the head of the house. He's the leader, he's the commander-in-chief. Now, talking about strictness, being strict as a father engenders discipline consciousness. its practice and development of acceptable behavior amongst children. This can help reduce teenage pregnancy to a large extent. But being overly strict as a father can be counterproductive, because when the child is being disciplined over and over and over, and that child is not oriented as to why he or she is being asked to do certain things or not to do certain things, the child feels caged and all that. And such children can go wild at the slightest opportunity. So, in other words, strictness should go with knowledge. That is to say, the father should endeavor to empathize, seek to understand the children. In the course of being strict, the father should realize that he's a guide and a teacher. As you enforce discipline, also teach the child to know why you're doing what you're doing, the consequences of taking the wrong decisions. Thank you.
Now, can you tell us the quality of a good father?
The qualities of a good father, it's a broad concept to look at, but there are some very basic underlying factors we can look at. A good father is supposed to observe what I call the 5 P's. The 5 P's of a father in terms of the roles. Number 1, a participator and problem solver. Fathers should assist their children in solving their problems in order to achieve social, emotional, and psychological balance. Take, for instance, a child gets to a point whereby he or she starts asking questions like, do I go to the university? What am I going to study? Oh, should I buy a bicycle or this or that? The father should be involved in the process. A good father would meet that child and ask the child, let me see your books. He goes through everything. He tries to ask the child questions. In so doing, he's participating in the life of the child. The father could call the daughter and ask her, when last did you see your period? Or when do you normally see your period? He should listen to the daughter. He should seek to understand. He should get to know the daughter's emotional state and then see how he could be part of the solution. So the fathers should participate in the life of the teenager. And when this is done, you find out that the issue of teenage pregnancy will be grossly minimized. The other P we're looking at is the father should be a good playmate. A father should be free to play with his children in the house. Through this practice, a father can encourage his children to incorporate sound principles in life. And at the end of it all, these children become independent and centered in their lives. The other P we look at is it should be a principled guide. A father should be a principled guide. That is a light. He should project sound moral principles in the family. A father strengthens his children's competence. He teaches them respect for rightful authority. A good father should carry the interest of his family at heart at all times. That is to say, family first. Today we talk about the society being in a state of high-level corruption, because even in the homes, most men have forgotten their roles. A good father should not leave the responsibility of taking care of the children in terms of teaching them what they are supposed to know. Should not leave it to the mother. The father should be involved.
Alright, for now, let's go on a short break. When we come back, our guest will be talking to us how fathers can influence their children to develop sound moral value and principle-based life. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere.
There is only one word that can change your mentality, that is information. Information is the act of imparting knowledge to you.
Introducing the Drumbeat magazine. Full of suspense, lifestyle, fashion, kitchen corner, celebrities interviews, news and entertainment for your reading pleasure.
Don't miss this exciting, innovating, inspiring, life-changing magazine
Coming out on the 3rd of May 2014.
Check out every supermarket, cinemas and all news vendors.
The Drumbeat magazine, entertainment at your fingertips. You're welcome back if you're just joining us. This is Deltawomen Drumbeat, and we've been talking about the father's role. The topic is teenage pregnancy. Don't forget to call in and send your contributions to 090-321-74129. Now, sir, can you tell us how fathers can influence their children to develop sound moral, valued, and principle-based life?
Well, like I said earlier, the father is the head of the family, is the leader. There is a saying that everything rises and falls on leadership. It should be a good example. Let me give an example of a poor example. I recall a man some time ago, someone was pointing at his daughter and said, that girl is too corrupt. she's very corrupt in this area. Another person was like, why won't she be that way? When her father is a drunkard, he comes to the house late every night and is always drunk. So nobody is there to guide that child. The parents should, first of all, especially the father, he should be an example. He should be a model. Secondly, the father should always put into cognizance the 5 P's in terms of the roles of the father. To influence a child to live a principle-based life, he shouldn't spare the rod when there is need for him to do so.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Well, it's so puzzling to see our fathers who think their duty is to go to work, provide money for feeding, and the mother does all the cleaning and raising up the child. And that will take me to the next question, sir. Who's to blame when the teenage daughter becomes pregnant in the home?
Everybody is involved. The father, the mother, and the teenage daughter.
Well, you know, a lot of fathers, they point accusing fingers to the mother.
The problem is that most men fail to realize their roles as fathers. They feel their role is just to provide for the family in terms of meeting their financial obligations and then providing food and shelter for the family. But it's beyond that. The truth is this: how many fathers sit down and discuss sex education with their children?
What is your advice to the father, the mother, even the teenage girl, the teenage boy?
Everything starts from the home. If the homes are well organized, the society will be well organized. Fathers should know that they are supposed to be a light to their family. And you should know that your responsibility is beyond providing for the family. You should seek to apply the 5 P's. Teenagers, you should listen to your parents. Your parents know better than you do. Know the kind of friends you keep. Because the people you call your friends, they affect your beliefs. They affect your thinking. And what you think about, you will soon do. So find yourself in the right atmosphere. Evil communication corrupts good manners.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gift Thompson. I told you it's going to be exceptional. Well, don't forget to join me same time, same station next week by 11:45 a.m. where I will be talking about the youth and education. You can also listen to our past episode on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Deltawomen drumbeat and call us on 090-321-74129. Now, a very big thank you to New Bridge Studio for their support. On behalf of my producer, the Delta Women NGO CEO SC Ejerogun Reed, and the Delta Women team volunteers, I am Joy Asai. Remember to be a father to that teenager.
Delta women stand up, make we